Hi, my name is Amy Acatero. It's very nice to meet you. My last name Acatero is Italian because I am married to John Acatero, and his family is from northern Italy, I believe. That is the source of our name. I actually was born in Wisconsin in the Midwest. My parents are both from the Midwest and grew up as a pastor's kid as well. My dad has been pastor with Assemblies of God. Actually, that's how my mom and my dad met, was at Bible College in Minnesota. And so, yeah, they had us. And from there, my dad actually was at a prayer meeting and felt called to be a missionary. Came home and told us, and our family went and raised support. We went around and did itinerary, and then we went to Indonesia. We were there for almost 4 years. My dad contracted malaria, and so we ended up coming back home. And from there, my dad became the pastor of one of the churches that had supported us. Their pastor was transitioning somewhere else, and so the congregation voted my dad in, as Assemblies of God does. And so I grew up from about 5th or 6th grade in Northern California. I ended up going to Vanguard University. Now it was Southern California College when I attended, and got my bachelor's in sociology, which everyone was like, what are you gonna do with that? Now I see how I've used everything I studied for my family and ministry. I mean, the study of people in groups is amazing for family dynamics. So my husband and I, John, have 5 kids. Our oldest is 25, 24, 21, almost 17, and 13. So we've been married 27 years this week. Actually, is our anniversary. So we did a lot of growing up together, for sure. Our ministry journey is I felt called to ministry, really full-time ministry at camp when I was in high school. And have followed that. I've done a lot of children's ministry. My husband and I, after we got married, became licensed with Foursquare, and both became licensed pastors in Foursquare. We church planted for about 5 years, and recession hit. We were actually both church planning and running our own business, landscaping business. And so when the recession hit, we actually ended up losing the business, and we transferred our church plant into an established Foursquare church. Just kind of combined all of our resources and stuff. And then I did more children's ministry at a couple of larger churches here in our area, and at one of those, New Life, in Everett, I was on staff with Drew, who later became the lead pastor at Living Word in Oak Harbor on Whidbey Island. And that relationship is important because he ended up in the transition. He needed someone to come and be a family pastor. So he asked me to consider that. And at the time, I had stepped down from being children's pastor. I actually was using my sociology degree, and I was a youth and child advocate with homeless families, which I loved, actually. I was like, forget it. I'm leaving the church to go work with homeless families. It was great. But I also discovered that part of my calling is I am not a sociologist who pastors. I'm actually a pastor who is a sociologist. So pastoring is my number one calling. And so doesn't mean that I have to be paid to do it. It definitely has to be the reason why. And so we were working with homeless families about housing sustainability, which is really important. But to me, I needed them to know about Jesus. So, became a family pastor at Living Word in Oak Harbor. I commuted actually. It's about an hour commute involving a ferry for about 3.5 years. The Lord began to stir both my husband and I. Meanwhile, my husband had gone and became a co-owner of a business, landscaping business. And so, but the Lord had been stirring our hearts towards what's next for us together in a ministry season. And so fast forward, in September, he came on staff as associate pastor, where I am the family pastor here at Living Word. And we moved our family in December to the island. So now we live in Oak Harbor all together. And just, discovering and following the Lord in what he is purposing and equipping us for in this next season. So yeah, that's me and my family and our ministry and whatnot in a nutshell. I will say I'm really looking forward to this class. Contextualization, I think, is so valuable and important to kind of understand and be able to use as a tool to gain greater understanding of what's really going on and how to communicate well to others and understand them. So listen well and all those things. So I'm really looking forward to this class. It's good to meet you. I'll see you online probably.